Get a laptop that has this in it. This is important.
And they did.
What the? They can find that. He was so embarrassed for our guest that day. He's like, I said, he said, we're buying a laptop. Thank you. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Because I had my last week I brought home just to be sure because I know how it worked and everything. Listen, I got here, everything's working fine. I had a backup sub already. Now my wife said the only problem was is that it had no sound. It couldn't hear me. Even though I was on here, she said, I can hear nothing. It was silent. So I see your mouth moving and everything. Yeah. Talk to me. They so cheap now. It don't even make sense. And then you for this one thing, why would you not buy? You ain't gonna buy fancy. I know you can. They can do it now. And they can buy a new Proxima too, because those that's outdated. That's what we're kind of trying to figure out. Biggest thing first. Excited. Here wasn't close, but it's close enough to start.
Welcome. Program today is going to be a club assembly, so a couple of great things. First of all, we have 3 new members to the done. Always excited about that. And then we're going to just ask a few of our Rotary Club leaders to talk about some of the things they're doing. We're going to share our budget and just give you some internal information about what we're doing this year. So now, it's the hardest working man in Rotary this month, Gerald Wyatt, to say our invocation. Gerald.
Father, thank you for this beautiful day that you've given us and this opportunity even to approach you this morning, this afternoon. Thank you for life, grace, love in our lives. And thank you for the opportunity to serve whatever capacity that you present to us, that we would do it in a pleasing way that brings pleasure to your heart. Thank you. Ask that this information and insight and food that's been prepared. Appreciate you for that as well.
States of America and to the republic which stands one indivisible. As Council, I'm going to introduce our next speaker.
It's on. It's on. Is this good?
Yeah.
Ah. All right. So, yeah, it is my pleasure to introduce our guests. Please stand, hold, and remain standing until all names have been called. Our first guest is Darren Dunn with the Muskogee Rotary Club. Our next guest is Chef Tara with Tara Personal Chef Services, guest of Susan Ferguson. And lastly, our next guest is Mary Ann Cipolla, wife of John Cipolla. Welcome.
Really glad to have you all with us, and we do hope you will come back. So we have a handful of birthdays and anniversaries to announce today. It must be a really good week to be a doctor, because we have 3. Dr. Danny Young, birthday was on the 20th, Dr. Larry Bracken, 24th, Dr. Ken Boyd, 24th. So if you have a child born this week, probably a good idea to push them in that direction. So club member anniversaries, Josh Smallwood 1 year, Bill Honeycutt 7 years, and wedding anniversaries, Jerry Scarborough 31 years, and Rick Hill 16 years. Congratulations.
He told me it was actually August 25th.
Okay. That's stuff. So I can completely take that out. So a couple of call announcements. We're working on a date for the district governor to come and visit. She initially was scheduled for September 27th. Susan is working right now to try to get her a new date, so keep your eyes and ears out for that. Once Susan gets on the path, something's going to happen, I promise you. Okay, all right, so we're working toward that. A couple of things related to our 100-year celebrations. Our Range Rotary 5K is September 23rd. Scott needs volunteers now. So we need everybody to participate that day. There's some pre-race activities and some support, and then he said maybe 30 volunteers on the day of the race. So please go ahead and let him know if you can help with that. That would be helpful. The 100-year anniversary of the gala on September 26th. Invitations will go out in a couple of weeks, so please keep your eyes open for those. We are going to be seeking sponsorship, particularly for those companies that have been involved for a long time. $1,500, we're asking you all to consider this an opportunity to recognize or memorialize friends, family members, people in the organization who have been part of Rotary over the last 100 years. And then September 27th, that's that Wednesday. We are going to have a Rotary meeting, so it'll be a busy week. We'll have a 5K on Saturday, the gala on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, please do your best to be here because we're going to take our 100-year picture. And that's something that will, 25, 50 years from now, they'll be looking and say, who knows that? So anyway, please plan to be here for that. So I'll ask you all to please silence your cell phones if you haven't already done so. And let's move on to the most exciting part of our program today, and that's new member inductions. I'm going to ask, first of all, we have 3 today. I'm going to ask Zachary Taylor to come forward and Ken Miles to introduce and induct Zachary. The longest probationary period in history. It's been a 6-month guess.
With perfect attendance. So. Zachary Taylor came to LaGrange 40 years ago after finishing an MBA at the University of Virginia Darden Business School. His wife is Mary Ellen Watkins Taylor and had 2 children, son Zach, and lives in Fort Collins with his wife Molly. His daughter Mary Liz married Bednar Stout in October, and they're expecting the first track baby in January of this year here in Maryland. He was the CFO of Cleantex for over 20 years and now works with his business partner, Jim Massengale, in expense reduction and limitless. That's right. He has been involved in many organizations, especially in the startup, like Pineland Sheriff's Youth Home, Communities and Schools, Sweet Land Parade, The Thread, and has been working as a storytelling festival for 27 years. He's been a member of every church in the town. First Baptist, helped start the Grange Community Church, and now has, he says he settled on First Methodist, but we're not sure. We'll let you know. He's been a member of the Lions Club for 38 years. His dad's been a member for 42 years. That was a joke. Like Tripp says, he's been a frequent guest of Rotary. It's been his favorite hobby for the last 6 months. And is the longest serving new member before induction. Has perfect attendance as a guest. So he's also appeared in costume many times as Uncle Sam on stilts, Father Time at the Millennium Celebration, the Monk Among Men for Breaking Children, and danced with LSPA or the Lafayette Nutcracker in the party scene, and his character was my wife's husband. Zach, you need to get to know Zach. So welcome.
All right, next guest is our next member will be John Mahaffey. Yeah, okay, picture, yeah. Thank you. Oh, come All right, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So our next member to be inducted is John Mahaffey. Glad to have him in our community. He is going to be introduced and inducted by Dr. Connor Smith.
I'm excited today that John is joining our group and forced me to wear the school colors, which I usually don't do here. John got his Bachelor of Arts degree at the University of Georgia, Master of Public Administration at Columbus State University, and then a PhD in Educational Leadership at Auburn. He has taught history and law at Cooper Academy in Hope Hull, Alabama. He was there teaching for 3 years and then became head of school for 2 years after that. Deep selected, as we used to say in the Navy. He's been the head of school at Chambers Academy in Lafayette, Alabama for 5 years, and then the head of school at Lakeside School in Eufaula, Alabama for another 5 years, and then came to us, and he is the current head of school at LaGrange Academy. He has been involved in many different leadership capacities in civic organizations in the towns that he's been in. One important link that he has is that with the Alabama Independent School Association, he's been a member of that since 2016, and since 2020 has been vice president of the board of directors there. So I'm happy to introduce our newest Rotarian in the United States.
We're gonna take a picture right here.
Go. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Thank you. Last but not least, we'd like to welcome Beth Hudson to come forward. She's going to be introduced and inducted by Jake Jones.
Thank you, Trevor. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Beth Hudson. Beth grew up in LaGrange. She attended LaGrange High School and graduated from Auburn with a BA in history and a minor in art history. She attended Georgia State University School of Law and served as the associate editor on the Law Review. She has been practicing law since 2012 with a focus on real estate and other transactional matters. Beth practiced for 10 years in Union, but recently had the opportunity to work closer at home by joining Heather Graham, the Graham Law Firm. Beth is a member of the First Presbyterian Church, a senior member of the Junior Service League, a member of the board of First Presbyterian Montessori School, and is a member of the LaGrange Art Museum. She is married to Chase Hudson. They have a 5-year-old son, Ben, and an almost 2-year-old daughter, Harper. Beth enjoys reading, cooking, traveling, and discovering new places with her family. Her father-in-law, Charles Hudson Jr., was a member. Her grandfather-in-law, Charles Hudson Sr., was a member. Her great-grandfather-in-law, Fuller Calloway Jr., was a member. And her great-great-grandfather-in-law, Fuller Calloway Sr., was a member, and they were all presidents of the LaGrange Rotary. So, and that's right. So without further ado, please welcome Beth Hudson to this.
One, two. Perfect.
Kay mentioned the written 10-way test.
It really is exciting to welcome all of you into Rotary. And as has already been said, it's exciting to have the 3 newest Rotarians in the world in our club. So welcome. We've got plaques for all of your offices, and we always take advantage of this time to remind all of us Rotarians of the 4-way test of the things we think, say. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Welcome.
And my orders are coming from Barbara, guys. So. They better be good pictures. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you, Ken, too, for allowing some of our members recruited late last year to carry the inside baseball that we making for the credit. Thank you. Do we have any happy dollars today? We have just a couple of minutes. Happy dollars. Anybody has anything joyous going on? No?
I had $4 and $5, not to be confused with $45. To just rejoice over the fact that my driver today, who is my wife, we will be celebrating our 45th anniversary next year. She is, I'm sorry, next week, not next week. Um, and she's just an amazing person. I mean, she helps kids in our neighborhood learn to read. She helps the senior citizens in our neighborhood. She reads in the public schools, and the private schools, and does ESL, and just does a remarkable number of things in the community besides taking. So I appreciate it. Bless.
That's a lot of bills.
$1 benefit a lot of them. I have a dollar for one of our new members, Mr. Zachary Taylor. And I also maybe put it in the form of tax too. One of the things that you may have to paperwork to read on some of the new precincts in Troup County. And one of the things that came up in that discussion was there used to be voting at the old courthouse and the lines were extremely long. But I'm glad somebody touched on it. If they didn't, I was going to bring it up. But apparently, Zachary Taylor would show up and still dressed as Uncle Sam to entertain the crowd, and he stood in line. So, well, anytime you ever come to Stilton on election day, so.
Let's move forward to the policy part of the program today. So again, we're going to hear from different club leaders to tell you a little bit about what they're doing and what they're hoping to accomplish this year. And I've asked one of them to start off with what service above self means to them. We had a little discussion on the last board meeting. Just that's something I want us to reflect on this year because it's more than just words. That is a strong, powerful calling for each of us. So for me, based on this new role this year, just on a very basic level, it means showing up and being present and pulling out all the stops to make it a great year. This being our 100th year, we've all been in volunteer roles where we do a good job, but there's just a little bit more we can give. And I think service above self requires us to give just a little bit more. I think finally too, it means looking around our community and seeing those deep needs of our fellow human beings and looking around the world, which is, you'll hear from the Rotary Foundation, one of the ways we're connected. But looking around us to see what the deep needs of others are and putting them above our wants. And that's harder than some of the other things. So that's what it means to me. I shared this at the annual banquet. I just want to remind you all, we may mention this again later. I just have a few things to accomplish during this 100th year. First, and I mean this sincerely, I would hope all of you to have a great Wednesday. I want you to enjoy being here. I want you to have great fellowship. I want you to look forward to coming. And I want you to feel like you missed something if you're not here. Excellent programs. We have some really strong programs coming this year. So we're committed to bringing you all excellent programs. I want to thank Kathy and Jake and Jason for working together on those. 100th year, we're 2 months away from the actual anniversary date, so we're going to celebrate that. We've already had some lead-in programs, but we're going to really work hard into our 100th year. I mean, you think about it, 125. I hope some of us are in that picture, but you know, maybe we'll all be retired somewhere. 125 is a long ways away, so we want to make the most of this year. We want to continue to grow the club. I think today is a good start in the right direction. Certainly would challenge you all to bring guests and bring potential members. We'd love to bring them into the group. We want to look for fellowship opportunities outside of Howland Country Club. So this fall, we'll be looking to do at least something outside of here where we can get to know each other better. And then finally, we're going to participate in some meaningful service opportunities that make a difference in the lives of people both locally and globally. So those are just a few things I want to accomplish. And in order to do that, we have to talk about a budget. So I'm going to ask Trey Long. One of the hardest gigs in Rotary is your treasurer. So just really grateful for the leadership that Trey has provided for the club for several years now. But Trey, if you don't mind, if you walk us through the budget. And we do have a specific recommendation we're going to ask you all to consider.
Okay, and as is our procedure every year, you do have the budget on your table. That has been approved by the board, so that comes as a recommendation from the board. That's been for the club to be this week. Assuming there is no question and discussion in between, we can call for a motion from the floor and second next week to formally approve the budget for the coming year. As Tripp said, there is a specific item for us to discuss, and that is the member dues this year. So since as we've had, I think 6 or 7 years, our dues per month have been $80, $65 or $85. Our costs related to those since COVID have significantly increased. So to give sort of a breakdown of what we're looking at, where this is coming from, we pay $25 twice a year to the district for member dues, so $50 a year. And then we have our Rotary International dues. And there's more that goes into the Rotary International dues than just our strict Rotary International dues. We've got the flat fee for them, that is $36.50 per member twice a year. They charge $6 twice a year for the Rotary magazine. There is insurance, liability insurance for the club that's related to our members. Plus, there are a couple of different words for this: sustaining club, every Rotarian, every year club. So each member, as part of our dues, we're making a $100 contribution to the Rotary International Foundation each year. So when we consider all of those items, our cost per member, not skipping one, the largest of that component is what we pay to be here at the country club. We pay $18 a head per week. That increased after COVID. The last was $15 right before COVID, a little before that. So when we consider all of those items, district dues, international dues, weekly fees to the country club, we are averaging per month, we're paying $92.77 per member. So as I just said, where our dues are right now are $80 a member. So as we have been for the last half of our last program, we're doing $13 per member. Unfortunately, that's not a level we can sustain for very long. So the board is proposing regular member dues this year will be $95 per month with that change. Our 85 dues will go to $70 per quarter. Theirs do not increase the same amount because they get billed for the bills as they have. But that is the primary change in the budget this year. And if there are any questions, we can definitely talk through those between this week and next week, and we'll invite discussion from the floor as well. While we're on the subject of dues too, I also have on everyone's table our automatic draft. That is the easiest method for the dues. That just wants to your bank account is auto debited for the monthly dues or quarterly, annually, depending on how you were set up. I'll say that's my preferred option for those that want to take it, because it's a little less back end work on our end, and then y'all don't have to remember. You get an invoice from us anyway, but then you don't have to remember to set up. So that authorization is there. If anyone is interested, please fill that out and return it to me. We've got about, I'd say 30 or 40% of our members are auto drafted. I'd love to get that much higher.
Any questions? I thought Trey told me to raise dues. It's consistent. Yeah, sure.
R85 is a specific class of membership that is for members that have been in the club for a longer period of time. It requires a minimum number of 20 years in the club, and then you qualify with your age plus your number of years in the club is 85 or more. What R85, but we do have two, let me back that up. We have two classes of R85. There is R85 retired and R85 working. The biggest benefit of R85 is the attendance requirement is removed. And the R85 members don't count towards our statistics that go to the district and RI. R85 working remained in a regular due structure. R85 retired reduced down to the $70 a quarter. And then the R85 retired when they are actually present.
Other question? Thank you, Trey. And we hate to ask to raise dues, but we probably could have done it a while ago. But it was particularly with the lunch move, 12 to 15 to 18 per meal. So anyway, we'll bring that up next week. Our goal is to just cover costs. We're paying out $92 per month. We want to raise it to 95. So please let me know if you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns about that. So now we're going to do some committee updates. We have a few of our club leaders to come up and give you a few minutes on what they're doing. First of all, let's start with Molly Fulton. Molly, she's our membership chair, such a key role for us.
Thank you, Trip. Gosh, it's exciting to serve in this role again this year. So a few things I wanted to share. The first thing is what service of self means to me. And I think one of the key things it means to me is engaging in service, even when it's not easy. It's not always easy. A lot of us, we are working with our families, we're doing things for extended families and friends. So it's not always easy. But the bonus is once we do it, then we realize for sure it was the right thing to do because we feel great about it, and most of the time we enjoy it. So that's a key thing in service of self to me. The second thing I wanted to share are just some of our membership trends. So like many clubs and organizations, since COVID, our numbers have declined. The 2019-2020 year, we had 138 members. The next year we dropped to 123, and we've been on the decline. This year we are so far at 113, although I guess now we're at 116. This does not include our 3 new members, so that's so our goal for this year is to start trending back upward. So we're going to shoot for that 2020-21 number of 123. So that is our goal. We'd love to even exceed that. Another trend I wanted to share is the male to female ratio. Of course, Rotary started out as primarily a male organization, but when we looked at the 2019-2020 numbers, we had a ratio of 3 to 1. So for every 3 males, there was 1 female. Well, women have been rocking on in here because now we're at 2 to 1. So we're gaining. So I think that was a really good trend. And we hope to continue to do that. Number 3, a couple of goals that I would like to accomplish this year is the club on increasing membership through engagement and communication. One of the ways that you can help with this is number 1, get engaged, because as membership chair, one person can't do it all unless you're Susan Ferguson. Leaders and members, but a lot of people. You've got some people who have really been strong in bringing a membership. They are personally engaged, and I do believe they work with the members they bring in to keep them engaged. So how you can help with us meeting that goal is think about guests who would be that you could bring who are like-minded, who again want to engage in service. This is such a great organization. I don't have to tell you all that, but share that with our community. If you're as well, so if you've got family members you want to bring in, I think that would be helpful also. The second thing is if you are recognizing that we're missing some of our members, some folks who may consistently be missing the meetings, people get busy, they get involved, reach out to them, let them know they are missed, and we want to just welcome them back into the club. Another thing that I'll be doing is, speaking of Susan, she actually had a program, and some of you have been here for a while, maybe the Sunshine Program, and it's all about engagement and recognition. So we hope to get that refined this year. And I think that covers it for membership. All right, thank you.
The way you can help, spend 30 minutes this week thinking about new members. If you'll send me, send me Molly, I promise you we'll follow up on those and invite you to join. So, and Chef Terry, I'll be a Susan's guest. Just go ahead and join us. Let's next, a really important role, it helps with our connectivity to the rest of the world, is Rotary Foundation. And I'd like to ask Carrie Rice, our leader, to come up here.
First, I'm gonna start with what service above self means to me. One thing is, I did like the two here, how they went together to show up. That's true, that's a big part of it. I also think that we need to understand the struggles and challenges of others and how we work in the community to make this better, even if it's not something that we personally are struggling with. And then a couple of things this year. One, brand new to the role, first role, somewhere in Columbus with the group, and learned a little bit about it there. One thing that we're going to do, and I'm going to talk with Connie and Patty about this, having them both have done this in the past, is that we're going to get our Paul Harris totals, the funds that we give to Paul Harris Fund, they come from each of us, to let everyone know what their totals are, so that maybe you're close to a milestone and you don't know that, and then go ahead and step up so that you can. But they are, the information is on the back, or it has been on the back of our badges in the past, and we're going to update that so that you kind of know where everybody is. And also, if you look on the budget that's on your table, we have, from the district, we received a grant for $1,750. That is for reading with children, purchasing those books. For all the pre-K kids, we pack those in bags and take those out. So one of the things that we'll be talking about for Christmas is how all of you guys can volunteer to help with either activities or go out to the schools and talk to the kids. And so one of my places that will have that all signed up for Christmas. Everybody's dying to go talk to the kids to that. So, and once we do that, there are some other opportunities for grants through the Rotary Foundation that we could look into for this bigger project in the future as well. So, hope to do that. Thank you.
So part of our strategy is get word out is through our marketing and communications efforts, our publicity and marketing. So really grateful to have Rhett with us today. If you would come up and talk to us about your role.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Tripp. No, part of, first of all, starting off with service above self, it's that, kind of goes along with what's been said before, is to do the things that are not always easy. So in my mind, showing up to Wednesday, a lot of us are busy, a lot of us have family, other obligations, just making sure that we're showing up every Wednesday. Doing a couple more things extracurricular. So not just once we get the basics of showing up on Wednesday, hey, making sure that we're helping out with the 5K, which I'll publicly volunteer for 5K. Doing a little bit extra, because part of being service above self is, putting the group ahead of our individual. So that's what service above self to me. Kind of what I'm looking for this year as far as goals is to expand our social media presence and to make sure that we're trying to look for one kind of different area where we can get the Rotary name out there to the community better. So ways that you guys can help me is that everybody has one of these. And fun fact is that when I went through this role at the beginning of each meeting, Tripp says, "Can you silence your phone except for Red, because I got to make sure pictures are constantly being taken." So, but just everybody get on the Rotary Facebook page, share it, the post that we do, and give it the likes. And then making sure that those, and then secondly is that, send me pictures. If I'm not able to make an event, if I'm not able to be somewhere, just send me those pictures. Send me things happening in the community that we're out there with our Rotary shirts on, that will represent Rotary in the community. And then third is, just want to share a special thanks to Ms. Barbara Hennigan and Ms. Susan Ferguson. In my role, they make sure that I'm on top of it. Hey, did you get this post? Hey, share it out there. And even on the first picture, I get a text from Barbara, who's watching my webcam, saying, "Good job, you did the right thing." That was right. So, if you can, add me on Facebook. That's what it's been interesting for me about the service above self. I've never been a big social media guy, but I'm trying to make sure that I learn more to help benefit the club. So if you can add me, because when I tag people, and it should be no surprise at all, our best performing post, and Ms. Susan Ferguson got her award. My phone was blowing up with likes, comments, notifications. So that's what it means to me. Thank you, guys.
So now we'd like to shift and talk a little bit about goals. Again, we really want to set the bar high. What's that?
It's saying it's running low on battery.
So Barbara's about to be off.
Okay. Bye, Barbara.
Oh, you good?
So again, we really want to set the bar high this year with programs because it's such a special year. So we've asked Kathy Tilley to be our leader for that area, and I've asked Kathy to come up, share some of the exciting programs we have coming up in the months and years ahead.
Such an official speaker. Y'all hear me? Okay. All right, following the theme, service above self. To me, it means helping others with a joyful heart. It also means meeting somebody where they are and doing what they need or they want and not the way I think it should be done, which is kind of hard for me sometimes. So that's something that I will be working on this year. But I am excited to be working with programs. So I think the program is one of the most important parts of Rotary, obviously. I do think fellowship among the members is just as important as the program. But I do love learning about new organizations, new people. I love learning about my community and my state. And so I hope I'll be able to do too. And that's sort of the